Okay, good morning. Good morning. My apologies on being late this morning. We just made market open here. Just made it. Had to put my son down for a nap, so cheers. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the channel. This is the Trading Phoenix, where we trade live every morning in my challenge account here. What you're seeing is me actually taking trades, win or lose, in my challenge account to become funded and eventually full-time profitable trader. We had some news, some data come out this morning. We'll talk about that in a few. Let me just get my bearings here and see what's going on in the market. Okay. Okay. So we had PPI this morning, the price producer index, and we were actually expecting a little bit higher numbers than the last. And what we got were actually lower than the last. So big beats, decent beats. So price producer index, in other words, price is lower than what was expected. And you can see here when that data came out at 8:30 this morning, the market loved it. And why wouldn't it? Again, good news for the economy. It means we're heading in the right direction. So now let's see where the market ends up going now that the market is actually open. I'm wondering if we're going to get a retrace to the lows here and then continue to the upside. We'll see. Let's see. Volatility back down is good. We're still above 100, but we're at 108, which is nice. I like that. I like that. Hopefully that continues to go down throughout the day today. We do have more data coming out tomorrow. Tomorrow, CPI data, Consumer Price Index. We'll talk about those numbers in just a few here. Let me just concentrate on these next couple of candles here. Get some food in my belly. If you're watching the channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button for me if you haven't already. If you have, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. I'll be here live every morning. I try to come on just before market open. Today was right on the dot, basically. And again, I trade live in my funded challenge account. I am not funded. I am not a profitable trader. I'm working my way there. I'm documenting my journey through all that. That's what I do. Coming on here live is just documenting what it's like to go from a not profitable trader to funded, and then profitable, and then go full time. That's what we're here for. looks like we might just be moving to the upside from here. Had a little support here. We broke through, probably grabbed some liquidity here. And now we're pushing pretty strongly to the upside. I'd like to see, let's see us break some previous highs. We had some decent sell pressure up in this area here. So I would be concerned with it stopping up there. This might be something where I actually wait for it to get to this area and see how the price reacts there, and then make a plan to either go long or short from there. Right now, we're kind of just in this in between. So market resets at market open. So 9:30, this may have set a low for the day. Let's see where we're going to go from here. Nice strong push. Very nice strong push through the previous high. I mean, I would expect the market to continue up, honestly, with this data. It came out way better than what was expected. And not just, we were expecting the data to be bad. And not only was it better than what was expected, it came out, on the good side. So it wasn't like, we met expectations, or no, we met last month's data. No, we were better than last month's data, which means we're going in the opposite direction than even the analysts were expecting, which is good. Everybody's worried about inflation because of Trump. Well, those numbers don't really speak to that. All right, well, while this is working out here, let's go over the numbers. Let's see here. I tried something a little different. Pop this up, nice. All right, so what we had today was PPI, so Producer Price Index. Core PPI, year over year, we were expecting 3.8%. We had 3.5% last month. We got 3.5%, so that's a beat on what we were expecting. Core PPI month over month, we were expecting 0.3. Last month was 0.2. We came in at 0. So that's a nice beat month over month. PPI month over month, we were expecting 0.3, we got 0.2. And PPI year over year, we were expecting 3.4, we got 3.3. All right, even the minus food and energy, even those numbers came in better than we're expecting. So it's good. It's a good news for the economy. It's good all in all. The market clearly likes the data. Tomorrow we have CPI, core CPI. What else we got tomorrow? Inflation rate. Yeah, I mean the big ones here: CPI and your inflation rate and your core numbers. Thursday, we have our normal jobs data. And Friday, other than housing starts and building permits, nothing else really. So today, good data. It's nice that we're getting a big decrease in volatility. We're down to 107 now and falling quickly. This is nice, which is kind of telling me that we might actually get a direction today. Depending on what the data is tomorrow and Thursday, if those two data points align with what the data is today, which is better than, what we're expecting or trending in the same direction, then we're definitely, in my opinion, going to get a less volatile market for the end of the week and hopefully for next week. Right now, we're still getting, and I know this is pre-market, but we're still getting some volatile movements. We're still above 100 on the VVIX, and anything above 100 on the VVIX tells you, caution, right? You're going to get extreme volatility in the market. So just be careful. I like the fact that it's falling, and it's falling pretty quickly. It's nice. Let's see if we can get that back under 100, and we'll go from there. Yeah. So like yesterday, what I'm seeing so far at market open is, we're creating another range trading day here. We're still within a range. If we can break out to one side or the other, it doesn't really matter which way. Make money both ways. I don't care whether it goes up or down. Then we can look for some trades. But as of right now, still volatile. We are testing this area up here where we got rejected this morning after the data. And if we can make new highs here, then I'd be looking to try to plan for a long. It might be a bullish day today on that data. Might. But again, you just make plans for any scenario, really. If it goes this way, then we'll do this. If it goes that way, then we'll do this, because nobody can predict what's going to happen actually. You just be prepared. I like that we're getting these strong candles to the upside. But you can tell there is some selling pressure up in this area here. Where is my... We dipped in, and then we might be... Ugh, makes me want to short here. Get a nice rejection off of this area here. Excuse me. Eating too fast. And where are we going to target these lows here? If we were to get in short here. Stop would have to be up in this area here. See, this is the problem though. It's just too much volatility still. I don't like it. Take profit would be down at these lows. It's a decent RR. But we'll have to see what's happening here. It's no rush. No rush to get into trades.
You're welcome.
Let's see what we do here. So what's going through my head here, because I'm still a newer trader, these like full retracement candles, let's be honest, they scare me. You know, I understand the fact that we came back in, we dipped into a, you know, an area of liquidity, right? And we got a rejection here, right? These two candles, nice rejection. What scares me away is this full retracement almost. And yeah, see? So that's my my thing right now, and something that I have to work on to get over is trusting myself more and understanding that, you know, we did come up into this liquidity area and now we're pushing back down to the downside. And so it could have been a decent trade there if I gotten in here where this candle closed, because we didn't come back and overtake the candle completely. This would have been a nice trade where I basically would have stayed green the entire time. And now we're pushing right down to where my TP would have been. You know, live and learn. That's something I have to work on, to be a little bit more aggressive, I guess, with my trades. But it's a hard thing, you know. You don't want to blow an account or anything like that. I've blown enough of them already. And I'm trying to be, you know, as picky as I can with my trades so that I don't fail this challenge. The market will always give you another opportunity. It may not be in the next hour, it may not be in the same day, but there will be other opportunities to get in and out. So that was one thing that kind of helped me get to where I am right now, still in the green in my account, is understanding that I don't have to take every single trade that presents itself. If it's not comfortable for me, I don't take it, and I just wait for the next opportunity. It is what it is. It doesn't get you there as fast as you may want to, which is hard for me, because once I get something in my head, I push as hard and as fast as I can to get to where I want to be. But, you know, understanding myself more, I need to slow things down. And this particularly is not a get rich quick thing. It is a slow, one foot in front of the other, you know, 3 steps forward, 2 or 1 step back kind of thing. And I just have to be okay with that. And I've gotten to a place where I feel like I finally am okay with that. And I'm just going to take my time with it. So where are we here? 9:38:45. Okay. Okay, cool. So the first 15 minutes, we set a range here in the market. So what I'm looking at now then, knowing that, is we're going to come back down to this area here. We might push a little lower here or get support here and then head back to the upside and finally go through this area here. So depending on what we do here, because we can come down to this support area here. And then looking back, we are at a support area here, short term, and we can go through it. That's fine. But planning wise, I'm going to wait now for us to come down to this price range, see how price reacts. If we get a rejection, then I might take my own advice, be a little bit more aggressive, and go long here and target back up to this area and maybe then some. We'll see. One of the things that took me out a lot is not waiting for price to play out back to the low of the day or whatever. I would like, oh, we're getting some rejections right here, so let me get in, here and set my stop loss here, and you get taken out. So more patience to wait for this to play out. It doesn't have to play out at all the way that I'm thinking or wanting to, but understanding that the chances of this coming back down to this area here are likely. So you don't get in the middle, if that makes sense. Go back to probably this range here. Oh, why does it do that? All right. Let me try to fix this here. Sorry about that, everyone, but I can't show you my credentials. Volatility is going back up, by the way. All right, so we blew right through that. Right, actually, it might be turning around now. All right. We back up. Are we back? I think we're back. All right. So volatility, the VVIX is holding around 108, 107. So anything above 100 is considered significant volatility, right? And anything above 100, you could expect to see some extreme movements, which I've talked about in almost every video for the past week now, because that's what we've had. So for me, it's just a use extreme caution kind of scenario. I'm wondering if we're actually targeting down here, these lows. We pushed through these lows here that we set at market open very strongly. Came back up, retested the area, and now we're pushing back down. So we may be targeting liquidity down here. It was nice to see the VVIX dropping as quick as it was for a few minutes. Well, now we're inching our way back up. A lot of selling pressure today. And I wonder if it's just because we're trying to fill all of this from this morning. Oh, I forgot my music. Oh, how dare I? Yeah, I wonder if that's what we're doing. We just came back down to these lows here to kind of fill all this in. Fill these orders down here. Starting to slow down a little bit. The candle bodies are getting a little smaller. Again, it doesn't mean anything in the long run. I feel like I should wait until we get down to in this area somewhere here. See if it'll let me draw my box now. Oh, that was all about. I didn't like it though. Maybe somewhere in this area here. If we can close in here. So we dipped in. Yeah. What do I want to do? Right, that might have been it right there. Where would I be targeting? I'll be back up at these highs, right? In hindsight, this candle close probably should have been my entrance with the stop loss here. Yeah. This is not a trade. I'm not in a trade. This is me just documenting for me to go back and look at where entries and exits, you know, should have been. This is how I learn. This is kind of like my journaling. Again, in hindsight, the close of, you know, we came down to this liquidity area, the lows, and, you know, we dipped in again, we closed bullish here, we had a nice bullish candle right afterwards. This probably should have been the entry point for me, with, again, my stop loss just below the lowest wick, and then setting a take profit of back at the highs. So I set these up for me to go back and look at what I should have done for learning. This is how I learn. This is how I critique myself. I'm not putting these on here to post on Instagram or whatever and say, oh, look at my trade, because a lot of people online do that. They post these things in here, and a lot of people think that this is an actual order. That's not how it shows up on most platforms. That's what I used to think. I used to watch all this stuff too, and I still do, but now I know that that is not a real order. That's just, you know, this is a tool here for you to plan out a trade, essentially see what your RR would be. A lot of people just post this stuff and you don't know if they're actually in an order or not. And, you know, oh, look, a trader makes blah, blah, blah in 15 minutes. Probably not. You know? That sound order filled. First of all, not every platform uses that. And you can copy that from anywhere and put it into your videos and, you know, splice it and edit it into the areas. It's a lot of fake online, a lot of fake stuff, especially when it comes to trading. And man, did I fall for a lot of the stuff. You know, it's hard to know. But then once I started using these tools myself, and I'm like, this is not placing a trade. How come I can't place a trade like the people do online? It's because they're not. you know, so that's part of the reason why I come on here live, and you can see what I'm doing. No cuts, no edits, no baloney. Just real life. Yeah, so this movement, this market structure here is a lot like what we've been seeing for the past 5-6 trading days, where we set these large ranges and we go from one end to the next, and we move a little bit lower, and then we move a little bit higher, and the ranges widen. So that's why I would be targeting these highs again, because the likelihood of it reaching all the way up here again is pretty good. So this trade could have been a 5.5 to 1 trade again, and I'm not saying that like, oh man, I'm really pissed at myself. No, I'm just saying that as a learning experience for me, okay, and anybody that's watching that wants to use it as that also. In hindsight here again, I knew that once we blew through the low of the day that the market opened set, we were most likely heading for previous lows before that, which is this area here. We dipped. I didn't recognize it in time. You know, we had a nice bullish candle afterwards. That should have been the entry. And look at this. We never even dipped into drawdown. Would have been positive this entire way up. Could have taken half, waited for the rest. So for me, as a learning experience, and I'm glad that I'm doing this live, right? This is something that I need to get better with is, you know, I'm visualizing what's going on in the market, and you know that because I'm talking to you about it live, and it gets to these points, and then, you know, my fear or my doubt kind of takes over, and I don't make these entries when these are the entries that I should be making to make really good profits. I wouldn't even be able to let this trade go all the way because my challenge has a consistency rule, and I can't make more than 45% of my account size in a day. So, you know, this would be a $5,500 trade if I let it, you know, fully run through. But I can't go more than 4,500 in a day. So I would have to stop this out early. But that would be the day for me. I'd be all done, hit my max gain for the day and my challenge. I'd be that much closer to finishing phase 1 here. And that'd be a happy, happy day. But what makes me happy, honestly, is that the fact that I'm recognizing these things, I'm just not pulling the trigger on them. And that's what I need to work on more now, is just pulling the trigger. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, right? It is what it is. That's going to happen. You're not going to win every single trade. There's no such thing as 100% consistency. But you either try and fail and learn, or you don't try and you get nothing. And then maybe you'll try and win. But you got to learn from that too. It's nice. I like the movement here. With the volatility is again dropping now. So We're still above 100, so there's good chances that we reach this area again, up in this liquidity zone here, and we bounce. But with volatility falling as quickly as it is, it's also a really good chance that we make new highs here. And if we make new highs here, then that may be the direction for the day now. And it kind of makes sense that we retraced all the way back down into this area where we were pre-market. This is where we were before the news came out, before the data came out, where we just had this massive push in one single candle. This is a 1 minute candle. So we had this zone here where orders needed to be filled. So it makes sense that we worked our way back, grabbed the liquidity that the market needed to continue to push higher today. And that may be exactly what's happening. So I think right about here is where, let me get rid of these here because clearly I'm not taking an order. Let's see here. Right here is where I would have to take my profits for today based on the rules of my challenge. That consistency rule, by the way, goes away once you pass your challenge. In your live account, you don't have a consistency rule. So you'd be able to let this run for as long as you want. If it makes new highs and you stayed in, great. But during the challenge, this is where I would have to get out. And as you can see, it would have hit my take profit there and immediately turned around. Wow. Isn't that something? But yeah, you know, vision's always 20/20 in hindsight. But again, this is for me, this is how I learn, right? I learn by experience. I learn best by experience. So if I'm not doing this stuff in real time and saying, oh, okay, this looks like an entry to me, you know, based on the what we just talked about a few minutes ago, you know, should I have gotten in here? So let's play this out. Let's put one of these on the chart. It's there, it's documented, it's recorded for me now. I can go back and watch this play out again. You know, it's another reason why I like to come on here live, is that way I have a recording of my trading session every day that I can go back and watch and critique myself, right? But these things here are really nice tools for you to practice, essentially, and learn from. So this is a nice 4.5 to 1 trade right here. It's nice. So I need to be a little bit more aggressive in my trades, especially when I know I'm recognizing the appropriate zones. It's never really been my issue with trading, recognizing, you know, patterns or the zones, the supports, resistances, blah, 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 all that stuff. I can sit here and see it all. But I have a little bit of an issue executing what I should be executing. That's 100% the phase that I'm in right now that I need to work on for myself in order to get to the next level of my trading. So now what I'd be waiting for is for it to get back up into this zone again, and we either go through it or we turn around again. Volatility still coming down, but we're still above 100, so it makes sense to, you know, watching the markets for the past couple of years, especially the NASDAQ and the Qs and you know, those type of indices, when you have a week like this week where you have a ton of data coming out, the market does tend to trade sideways, waiting for the data to come out, waiting for it to be able to be compiled all together, because it's not just one data point, you need all of it, before the market picks a direction from there. So it does make sense that your volatility is a little bit higher last week and this week. You know, you're trading sideways last week and this week, you know, so market conditions make sense. It makes sense that it's doing what it's doing. And being able to recognize that stuff, there's no way to learn that other than experience. You got to sit here and you know, be present every day and understanding what's going on, why it's moving the way it's moving, you know. Is it playing the same song all over? And see, now we're getting up into this range, and we are starting to get some pullback, a little bit, making a little bit, you know, higher highs. So we are, you know, we had a nice clean push here, back up into this range here, and we're starting to slow down. So I should be getting ready for a short once it reaches this zone. It would be premature to get in here. Clearly the liquidity is up here. We had it here, we had it here. So you should expect for it to come back up into the same zone. Now liquidity could mean that it's grabbing liquidity to reverse. It could also mean that it's grabbing liquidity to continue on. So you still got to be able to read price action. If I'm looking at the 4-hour chart, the previous 4-hour candle closed bearish. We got a retracement, which is what we're getting right now. So if we make higher highs, then we're going to continue higher, I would think. If we get rejected again up in that liquidity zone, then we're going back down. Play. gonna let you guys continue watching the chart here for a minute or two. I'm gonna finish my breakfast. I'll be right back. Okay, back. I let my breakfast get cold. Yuck. So, on days like today, again, with the volatility being high, the problem with trading in between these zones is you have no idea what direction the market's going to go and when. That's the thing. There's really no rhyme or reason. You have better chances if you wait for a price to reach these zones. Still going to be risky, but less risky than trying to take a trade somewhere within this range. Price action can reverse at any time and anywhere in this range, right? I did call out that we were slowing down here, but you just don't know that we're going to get this big pullback here. And now what are we going to do? Go right back up the other way, right? So you got to wait. If you want to trade in conditions like this, you got to set your ranges, which is the highest highs and the lowest lows, and wait for price to reach those areas before making a decision on which way you're going to take your trade. Still going to be risky. Market conditions like this are way more risky than a market that's trending, right? This is not trending. This is no direction. This is sideways. This is consolidation. Let's see what's going on in the news world. U.S. 10-year Treasury yield stabilizes. That's good. Nothing really. Kind of a mostly break-even-ish, greenish day. Tesla's up 3%, it's nice. Palantir's up 3.9%. Nvidia's about break-even. AMD's down 1%. Apple's up 0.5%. Let's see. MicroStrategy's up 3.3%. Meta's down a little bit. Google right at break even for the day. Microsoft break even. Intel break even. Yeah. It's kind of more sideways trading, even in the smaller stocks. Volatility is still hanging out in the same range. We're still above 100, which means you're still going to get these trading within a range, sideways trading, you know, consolidation, whatever you want to call it. Man, this last week and a half so far been tough trading conditions. But the way I look at it is, if I'm not losing anything because I'm not trying to get in conditions like this, then I'm still heading in the right direction for my challenge. I know it's probably boring for you guys to come on here and just listen to me talk about nothing and not see trades or anything be taken, but you know, I'm not going to take a trade just for that. And I'm definitely not going to trade in conditions that are like this. It's just too much risk, and it's not worth it. It's not worth blowing an account. It's not worth going negative in the account. Once you go negative, it plays head games with you, and it's just a downhill battle from there. I'd rather stay up in my account and wait. I'll wait for market conditions to settle down and, you know, give me good trades. Let's see if the market gives me another opportunity here. So again, if price reaches this area again, we'll see what price action does and how it reacts here. And if we do get some signals that we're getting rejected again in this area here, I think I will go long. Give it a shot. I just talked about how I need to be a little bit more aggressive, right? So let's do it. But I'm going to be patient and wait for these levels to get taken out. If we don't reach this area, then I don't get in. If we look like we're pushing through this area with strength, I don't get in. So let's see. I'll hang out here. Wait to see if we get down into this zone again. I'll wait a couple more minutes. If something does play out, then I'll hang out. If not, then we'll call it a day. But again, I'd like to see it come back down into this zone, get some support, and then I'll take a long here. Still making progress to the downside. Let's get down to the zone. Nice push down. Now let's see how the price reacts down here. I'd honestly like to see it come down a little bit further than where we were before. Volatility's climbing back up a little bit. Big push past our last low. Okay, so now let's watch. Let's watch the reaction here. Next couple candles could give us an entry. Let's see. Boom, right? Pushed right back up out of that zone. I'm actually going to risk less than what I normally do, just because the volatility is high and this is risky. We're still showing, yep, we're still showing strength to the downside. Okay, it looks like we're going for the lows, the previous lows now. Some decent strength. Okay. Okay, we took out previous candle here. That's a bullish engulfing candle, right? So I'm gonna wait for a better entry. Let's see if we get a little bit of a pullback here on the next candle, and then I'm gonna enter. Might not get it. Strong push out of this liquidity. Strong, strong. If it gives me a retracement here, depending on how much it gives me, I might take a trade long here. It's like frozen trigger finger.
You still on?
Again, this is just for me, for learning purposes, for me to look back and say, hey, probably should have gotten in here. Tell you what. Let's see if we dip in again. I'm going to get in here. I'm going to see if the market is giving me another opportunity. Let me adjust this here. Here's my in. Here's my stop loss. All right, let's see. We are in a trade live. Targeting a 3.5 to 1 here. I risked half of what I normally do. So I normally risk 1%. I risked 0.5% in this trade here. Stop loss is set below the lows. Take profit is set at previous highs. It's a previous swing high. So let's let it play out, see how it goes. So I'll hang out for a little bit. So going into a little bit of a drawdown here. All right, let's see. I'm gonna actually move this here because this is where I got in on this candle here, so you guys can see. Stop loss here, take profit there. All right. This will be it for me today either way, win or lose. Doesn't look good. We're pushing right for that stop loss. So this is it. This is live for you guys to see. Real trading, no gimmicks. Losses, wins, whatever happens, you guys get to see it. No cuts, no edits. This is me trading live within my challenge account. And that's it. Wow. Came right down, pushed through. Holy crap. All right, guys, that was a loss for me. Half a percent. So down on the day. Really. So that's going to be it for me today. Although this is looking like another liquidity grab here. Yeah, that's looking pretty strong here. You know what? I'm gonna get back in one more time here. Set the lows here. Let's wait for this candle to finish. Might take profit back up at the previous swing highs. We're gonna give it another shot. Gonna give it another shot. So we're looking for, this is a, what, 4-to-1 trade. Back up to the swing highs here. Might be getting pressure to continue to go down. The setup was okay. This previous one probably wasn't the best. We did push down to grab these stop losses down here, in my opinion, because here's the low of the day pre-market, and we pushed down real fast, and then we pushed right back up just as fast. So we came down, we grabbed these stop losses down here. Hopefully we got enough liquidity to continue to the upside here now. So this is where I got in, just about here. And let's see if we have some strength now to go back up to the upside. I'm targeting a 4-to-1. We'll see what the price action looks like. If we get to a 2-to-1, I might pull my profits and be good for the day. So let's see. So failed trade here. I did not trade here. This was just set up for me to go back and study. Let me pop another one of these in here so everybody can see. We got in here on this candle. Stop loss here. Take profit up here. This to me is a better setup than the previous one. Let's see how we do. It's a better setup because we reached and grabbed liquidity that hasn't been grabbed previously. So hopefully we have enough to continue to the upside here. Maybe not. This will be my last trade of the day because I'm not going to continue to get back in and out with conditions like this. And tomorrow's another day. I guess we didn't grab enough. Must have been a lot of sell orders in this area. Well, it is what it is. You trade and learn. Trade another day. I'm glad that I decided to decrease my risk, though. You know, that way I'm not losing as much. Still leaves me plenty to continue trading on. Yeah, we're not looking good here. Ooh, that was close. That was close. Those are those candles that pucker your butthole. So we closed below the lows of the day there on that candle, the previous candle. So we're going to get taken out here, I'm pretty sure. Yep. All right. That's going to be it for me today, everyone. You saw it live here. 2 failed trades. Tried to be more aggressive. That's how it goes, you know. It is what it is. You don't learn unless you try. Just manage your risk. Small losses, big wins, and over time you will come out on top. All right, so that's going to be it for me today, guys. I appreciate you watching. Hit that subscribe button, like, turn on notifications. I come on here live every day for Market Open, where you can see me trade live in my challenge account, win or lose. Doesn't matter. You guys get to see it live. You get to see and hear what I'm thinking. Comment below whether you think I'm absolutely wrong or right, whatever. Makes no difference to me, but to give you somewhere real and someplace that you can actually see what it's like to trade in a challenge account without any cuts, edits, and mumbo jumbo, nothing. All right. So we will see you all here tomorrow.